He knows more about this industry than anybody else that I know. So when we saw this opportunity, we said, let's partner up, let's hold each other accountable, let's go change some lives. And just so you guys are aware, the company hasn't announced it yet, but Ricky V, they've actually broke $1 million in commissions earned, the fastest in company history. So big round of applause there. That's exciting. So yeah, I love listening to him. He fires me up every single day. He's going to fire you guys up as well. So please get out of your seats, stand up, give a warm welcome, and a round of applause for the top production guy, Mr. Ricky V. All right. How's everyone doing? Okay, so real quick, so let's get some energy going. Is that okay? When I was like 15, 16 years old, what I really wanted to do with my life was become a rapper, like a hip-hop artist. So you know the hip-hop artists that when they get on stage, they're like, hey, when I say this, you say that. So we're going to do it right now, fulfill my dreams. So this is what we're going to do to like, just because I feel like when there's all these people in here and we get our mind and our blood boiling like the same way, it's a little bit more exciting. So when I say B, you say epic. B?
Epic!
B?
Epic!
Okay, we're going to do it one more time a little bit louder. When I say B, y'all say?
Epic!
B?
Epic!
Awesome. Thank you for fulfilling my dreams. That's all for tonight, guys. Woo! All right, so I don't like to take, or I don't like to, when I talk or when I do a Facebook Live, I feel like there's a lot of energy because I'm so dang nervous. And I don't know if you guys watch The Office on Netflix or not, but one of my favorite things that he says is that he says, oh, sometimes I start a sentence and I have no idea where it's going. And I'm like, I'm the same way, man. Sometimes I just click start on a Facebook Live. I don't know where it's going, but it goes somewhere good because I think people like to watch it. So today, as I was sitting over there listening to Demetrius talk, I was like, hey, I have some ideas I want to share with you guys. So I put down some notes here. But I think what's really exciting, guys, is that you guys have done around $40 million in sales in the last 9 months.
Whoa!
Now, I studied the industry of network marketing a lot, and so when I listen to like my mentors and all the people that I have learned from, and you know they've been a part of fast-growing companies where maybe the first year they did 2 million, 5 million, 10 million, and all of a sudden like you see a company like the Epic where it's free to be a part of, and the highest order is like $90. So with a $90 order, you guys did 40 million in sales in 9 months. Like, we don't sell big packs here. There's not a $500 kit, a $300 kit, and some people just sign up for free and start building that way. So to think about a $40 million revolution in the last 9 months is ridiculous. So I'm really proud of every single one of you. Demetrius and I, we hold a responsibility we work for you guys. That's what we do, right? And we don't take our positions lightly. So I want to share a couple things. So I shared a little bit about this on a Facebook Live actually, but I think it applies a lot today because when we come to these events, I think the coolest part about coming to these events is that it kind of humbles you more and it puts you back into this like reality mode where you're like, hey, this is even far beyond the money. You know what I mean? It's like we got to get past these money conversations. Not that we have them, but it's like, we come into this business, we want to hit this rank, we want to do this, we want to achieve this, and that's all great. But when I come to these events and people approach us and they say, hey, this is what's happened to me on the product, this is what's happened to me because of the business, or I got 10 customers and this is what I did with the money, or I got let go from my job back in March and all of a sudden now like I didn't even have to skip the bills because of the company, right? It's really, really exciting. I think I can't say I think Dan Putnam has put together the most revolutionary business model inside of this industry. So real quick, Angel's filming this, but I want everyone to just really loud say, thank you, Dan Putnam. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Dan Putnam!
Yeah. So Dan changed my life, changed Demetrius' life, he's changed my life. It's like crazy, like a little decision that you take can change everyone's life, right? Like Dan deciding to start Be Epic, eventually we came on board and it's changed my life, but then like a ripple effect. I guess it changes my kids' life and then their kids' life. It's like this thing that just continues to go forever, and I think that's really exciting. And so what I want to start off with is when we're here, we're in a very special environment, and I think environment is key. Last year in January, I had the opportunity to go to a seminar by Bob Proctor, and I'm sitting there in the room, and Bob Proctor asked me a question. He says, "Hey, I want you to pull out this notebook, and I want you to write down, the list of your top 5 closest friends." So I was like, okay. So I wrote it down, and then he said, next to that, I want you to write down their career path, and next to that, I want you to write down how much income they make. And then he asked me, he said, does the average of those 5 equal like what you're doing in life? And I looked at this list, and I pull out my phone and I call my wife, and I'm like, I need new friends. And it wasn't that they were bad friends. I'm just like thinking, oh my gosh, like it was like identical, right? So I think putting yourself in new environments like this one really take you to a different place. And so that day I made the decision to have a conversation with a millionaire every single week for last year. And so I'm the guy that bugs a lot of successful people. I say, hey man, call me. Hey, I'm always reaching out. I'm always trying to learn. And along the way, I had the opportunity to hear from a billionaire. And the billionaire told me 3 things that were kind of profound to me, right? The first one was that people that are in a low vibration are always talking about the things they buy and the things they get. And people that are in a high level vibration are always talking about the things they give, the amount of money they give away, right? And as I was thinking about that, I was like, wow, first of all, that's profound, right? Like, who here wants to build a diamond ship? Who here wants to have a bunch of diamonds? If you want to build a diamond ship and be epic, you first have to build a friendship. And that's what really comes down to when you're giving, right? It's not just giving money, but it's giving more time, giving more of an effort, giving more of an ear to other people, like just giving of yourself more. A lot of people expect to get first before they give, but if you kind of flip switch that and you make a commitment to say, hey, I'm going to give a little bit more, I'm going to do a little bit more, I'm going to listen a little bit more, I promise you your life can change. And one of the things that was profound for me was the experiences that we've had here over the last 9 months. And what has that done for me? Well, I'll tell you, when we got started, I was broke as a joke. That's the bottom line. I didn't know how I was going to cover Christmas. And but what I'll tell you is, like, my life has changed a lot. And but what I've learned from the success that we've had, or the moderate success that we've had, is that eventually all that stuff fades away, and then you start to realize the things that really do matter, right? Like I always wanted a nice car, and then Dan got us one when we hit $1 million a month in sales. And as I drove that thing, like the first 3, 4, 5 times was really, really exciting. And then after that, like, a car is just a car, right? A pair of shoes is just a pair of shoes. And you start to really see that, okay, what am I really giving to myself that can allow me to have a bigger impact for others? And for me, the things that I've given to myself has been the opportunity to attend events, the opportunity to read books. And so each and every one of you are already on that right path because you made that decision to be here today. So what I would challenge everyone to do, number one, as this billionaire taught me, was, we're 50-something days away from October 24th. And that all sounds fancy. It will be the evolution of the epic, but will it be the evolution of you? And it definitely can be if you set the goal today to say, hey, for the next 50-something days, I'm going to give it a little bit more. I'm going to do a little bit more, give of myself a little bit more, give to yourself the right things, the right books, the right ideas to go implement it and change your life. The next thing is this, and I think this is really powerful, but especially because of the epic, it's not just a business, right? I really do believe we are a family. And one of the things that the billionaire said was, he said, hey, successful people, they operate their lives on a calendar, and on this calendar, they're always scheduling things. They're always scheduling the doctor appointments, or they're scheduling business meetings, or they're scheduling three-way calls. So if you're going to schedule stuff for your business, you should definitely schedule time and prioritize time for your family, right? He said the 2 main things that go on every billionaire's calendar first is their family, their health, and then everything else follows. Right? And so even though we're in this hustle mentality of, hey, let's go change our lives, let's go work, never forget that the most important thing is going to be your family and your health. And if you invest into those correctly every single day, everything else will follow. I can promise you right now that a lot of the times why businesses fail, or leaders kind of go from here and they go down, is because things may not be right at home, or things may not be right with their health. Okay, so I'm going over just basic fundamental things, okay? The next thing that they do is they beat the sun up, right? They wake up a little bit earlier than the rest. The phrase "an early bird catches a worm" is something that's really been a true statement. And for me, it applies a lot because I have like 4 kids, and so when one of them wakes up, they bother the rest of them, and then they all wake up. And then if I haven't had the opportunity to have my moment that morning by myself to reflect on what I want for that day to happen, then I feel really cranky the rest of the day, right? And so just make sure that you're giving more, that you're always prioritizing your family and your health, and that you're doing just a little bit more than the rest. You're waking up maybe a little bit earlier. The next thing I want to talk about, and these are just basic fundamentals, and I'm going to get into some strategies so y'all can really go home and do something that'll get you some more customers or some more brand partners. But the next thing I want to talk about is consider having the right partnerships in your life, right? Like, I can tell you right now, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Demetrius. Like, he's my running partner, right? I also wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for my wife. She's the right partner, right? So consider for a moment what would happen to your life if you realize that you can't change your life alone. It has to be with the right partnerships in life. And so as we move forward today until October 24th, I would challenge everyone to say, hey, I'm going to pick a couple partners in the business that I can hold myself accountable with every single day. How many of you guys in here can already think of someone that you can partner up with, lock arms with, kind of just tag team things, hop on Zooms, do calls, do events? Well, I'll tell you, the right partnerships can definitely change your life. When you are running by yourself, it's one thing, but when you have a running partner, like when Demetrius and I got started, we were running every single day. Hey, we just signed up someone new. Hey, we just got 2 new customers. Hey, see the group now? The group's at 200 people. Holy smokes, we're in momentum. You know, it's just 200 people, and now it's almost 300,000 members. In the next 48 hours, we'll hit 300,000 members in the 100% Epic group. How crazy is that? So consider the right partners in your life. Now I kind of want to get a little bit into where the money is in the Epic, right? Demetrius talked a little bit about this, but we have the 50% retail and the lifestyle bonuses. And that's honestly all you ever need to know to go out and grow to whatever income or whatever rank that you want to get to. And I'll tell you, the 50% retail has been a blessing for so many people. How many of you guys have enjoyed the 50% retail and it's done something good for you financially, right? It's done so, the stories that we have pouring in every single day are just insane. Like, it's just incredible. But I'll tell you, 50% retail, first and foremost, that's the number one thing. The next thing is the lifestyle bonus, right? I think we recognize a lot of people for hitting their lifestyle bonuses, but really the magic in it is just 50% retail and then go hit your lifestyle bonuses. And if you go out there and help everyone do the same thing, what is it? It's like 16, 17 people on your team that have hit the 5x5 lifestyle bonus, and then your diamond, right? That's a 6-figure a year income. And that's a weekly diamond. That's not just a once a week in a month diamond. That's a weekly diamond ship if you just help 16 people, 17 people. Now, in this room, as people are raising their hands with the amount of customers that they have, I mean, you're really talking about 13, 14 people on your team that might hit the 4x4 lifestyle bonus, but everyone's averaging 10 to 15 customers. So boom, you're a weekly qualifying diamond as well. So those are the only things that you want to really go after. Everything else will take care of itself if you just kind of keep rotating the cycle, right? It's like, you taught me the word unicycle. It's not a one-cycle. I used to call it a one-cycle. Then he was making fun of me on Facebook, and he's like, it's called a unicycle. And I'm like, the one-cycle makes more sense. It's a one-wheel cycle, one-cycle. But it's a unicycle. So this unicycle thing is like, okay, you're at the circus and you're on a unicycle and you're the plate spinner and you're like spinning 1 plate, 2 plate, 3 plates, 4 plates. By the time you get to like 12 plates, if they throw you one more, you're gonna fall over, crash, burn. And the same thing in network marketing is I feel like people will come in and they'll start to build a team of 10, 12, 13 people, and they try to manage that team. They just say, hey, get after it. Hey, let's hustle. Hey, they try to motivate them. And you don't want to be a plate spinner. You want to go and find more plate spinners that are going to spin more plates with you. And all you're doing to spin these plates is you're just going 50% retail, lifestyle bonuses, right? If someone comes to you and says, well, how does the check matching work? How does this work? How does that work? It's just 50% retail, lifestyle bonuses, right? 1 customer a week. And this is what separates us from the entire direct selling industry, network marketing industry, is that 1 customer a week for 1 year is 52 customers. Okay, that's not 5,000 customers, 52 customers that are reordering that combo every month is an extra $31,000 a year in income. How crazy is that? 52 customers. And did you all know that there's people that have 100 customers, 150, 200, 300, 400. Someone's getting close to that 500. Who's got 400? Who's got? How many customers do you have? Over 100 customers, right? So I just gave the scenario: 52 customers, $31,000 a year. If you have 104 customers, $62,000 a year in income. Guys, there's not any other network marketing company on the planet that does that without you having to recruit. And that's on the dollar amount. A lot of companies will say, well, hey, we'll pay you, 50% retail too, but they're like talking about 50% retail on the CV. So like if they're selling a product for $99, they'll be like, oh, it's 40 CV. And so, okay, 50% of 40 CV is $20. So that's not 50% retail. We have a true grassroots 50% retail on the dollar amount. So that's just insane. So in my opinion, there's no such thing as like a good plan or a bad plan. Consider what would happen to your life if you just went after it by writing down a few things on a piece of paper that you're going to do every single day, and you move forward with that plan, even though you might have doubts in the beginning or saying, hey, am I on the right track, or am I doing this correctly, or am I doing that wrong, or this right? And consider for a moment that most people never even take the time to write out a plan, right? And so the last thing I want to talk about is our system, right? Our system is so simple. When we got started, we had the vision to say, hey, we want to get rid of all most of the network marketing stuff that's on social media, because what you're going to find on social media, which is it's not bad, it's just a lot of noise. What you're going to find about social media is, hey, buy this coaching program to teach you how to get customers. Buy this coaching program to teach you how to build a team. Buy this coaching program to teach you how to do Facebook Lives. Buy this coaching program. And what they tell you is basically they're saying that you're not good enough until you go through a course. And I can tell you right now, each and every one of you already has everything you need. It's not motivation, by the way. This is facts, right? How many of you in this room have kids? Raise your hands. Okay? You already know how to build a team. You're building a family, right? All you have to do is apply the same stuff as you do to grow your family, to build a team. And our vision was saying, hey, we want to create something where it's so simple that a brand new person can get started today and they have zero questions as to what needs to happen and make money, right? What we wanted to create was, hey, the way you get a customer and the way you get a new brand partner and the way you launch a new brand partner is the same exact way. We didn't want to say, hey, come in and go through our 2-hour getting started training, and this is our training for customers, this is our training for distributors. It's just so much stuff out there. We just wanted to say, hey, simplicity on 3 things. Number 1, use. Number 2, talk. Number 3, demo. Use, talk, demo. Everyone say that with me. Use, talk, demo. Okay? So that's our entire getting started platform. Number 1, use. Who can use the product? Anybody. Right? And it still baffles me when someone calls me and says, hey, can we hop on a call? I just got my product. I want to know how to take it. And it's like, well, look at the box. It just take 1 in the morning, 2 at night. Well, how do I take it? I don't know. Are you left-handed or are you right-handed? Right? I don't pick it up with your right hand if you're right-handed. Pick it up with your left hand if you're left-handed. But just read the box, right? Take a capsule or throw it in the air. Spin, whatever. Angel's going to demonstrate later a little dance for us on how he takes the capsule. But, it's just using the product, right? And we see so many experiences online. That's the reason why the group is at almost 300,000 members. It's not because of a business opportunity. It's a legitimate revolution of people saying, I took this product, this is what I experienced, and, I'm down 10 pounds, or I'm feeling happier than I've ever been, or I'm feeling like I'm 18 years old again, right? I didn't take it for the weight loss, even though, I look like a mugshot back in December. If you look at, we did this video, this getting started video, and I watched it a couple weeks back, and I was like, man, I was a big boy. I was 194 pounds at that time, in the morning before eating anything, 194 pounds. How many weigh yourself in the morning, right when you wake up? It's like, bam, man, But, I was 194 pounds. Now I'm at 172 pounds, right? So I'm down 22 pounds. And you can tell, guys, these pants, they would not fit, right? And now I can wear skinny jeans. So it's fun. But use the product. That's step one, right? Like, that's the first step in getting started in our business. Number two is talk, right? Just talk. And I love the talking part because this is where a lot of people may get a little bit scared, right? A lot of people that get into network marketing, they're like, oh man, well, what do I talk about? Do I talk about the business, or do I talk about this, or how do I approach people? And it's like, you can approach them any way you want, and you're going to talk to them about anything you want. What was your experience on the product? Like, hey Bob, I don't know if you're interested or not, but this product has changed my life. I'm a part of this group. I'm down 10 pounds. Would you like to check it out? Right? Like, I think we get so caught up in the words that was my honest, like, talking point. When I was reaching out to people saying, hey, look, I'm not sure even what I'm getting myself into, but I know that I've been on the product. I love it. My friends are getting amazing results on it. We pay 50% retail as well. If that interests you, like 10 customers, $500 a month. Let me add you to this group. Check it out. Just let me know. Right? It was just so easy. Just talk to people. Right? Imagine, well, I'll get into that in a sec, but just talk to people. Who can talk? Can anyone talk? Right? So you don't need to be a Facebook Live master. You don't need to be like, a social media guru. You don't need to be none of that. Just talk. Right? Like, just talk to people. The third thing is demo, right? Demo can mean anything. Demo means once you talk to them and they're like, yeah, sure, send it over. Okay, send them atmtour.com, or send them to the Facebook group, or send them a video, or put them in a chat with someone that shows. The demo can be anything. Just show them something. Doesn't matter what it is. That's all it is. Use, talk, demo. How do you get a customer? Use, talk, demo. How do you get a brand partner? Use, talk, demo. When someone signs up, how do they get started? Hey, use, talk, demo. Go add 30 people to the group and go check your e-wallet. That's all it is. And so I want to prove this to you as to why it would work. Obviously it's worked, but let me show you, illustrate the story, because I feel like this could actually be a true story, and there's a certain sad part to it, but don't be sad because it's not true. So it's for illustration purposes. You guys get what I'm saying here, even on a higher level. So imagine there's a lady named Susie. Okay, is there anyone named Susie here by chance? No? So we're safe? Okay. So imagine there's a lady named Susie, and Susie is wearing a shirt, and the shirt says energy, detox, sleep, and below that it says ask me how. Okay? Anyone can wear a shirt, right? And by the way, we should get shirts that just say that, right? Like energy, detox, sleep, right? Ask me how. So she's walking around the grocery store, and she's walking around the grocery store, and some lady approaches her and says, hey, I noticed your shirt. It says energy, detox, sleep, ask me how. I have 4 kids. I'm exhausted all the time. I could use a product that could give me energy and help me detox a little bit better, sleep. I'm not sleeping anymore. And Susie says, okay, what's your name? She says, oh, I'm Lindsay. And so Lindsay's like, so tell me, what's this all about? And she says, well, I don't know. All I know is that I use these products. Take a capsule in the morning, 2 capsules at night. I feel good. I'm down 5 pounds. And she says, well, how do I get more information? And she says, and this is like the demo part, right? Because now she's using the product, she's talking to her. The demo part is, hey, check out this group real quick. So she adds her to the Facebook group, right? And gives her number. Lindsay goes home that night, and she goes to Facebook, as everyone does at the end of the day, and they're just scrolling through the feed, and she sees testimonials, and she's like, oh wow, I forgot about this. She clicks on the group, she sees these testimonials, and she's like, gosh, I really want it. And she's reading these testimonials. She's saying, wow, this is unbelievable. So she sends a text to Susie. Susie, I'm ready to get started, okay? I want to buy the products. What do I do? And she says, oh, hey, just here's my link. Just go sign up, order the product. You'll love it. You can have a great experience. And so then Lindsay gets on the product, right? And Lindsay is on the product for like 3 weeks. And Lindsay finds herself at the grocery store again. And this time, Lindsay's just walking through the store, and her friend sees her and says, Lindsay, you look incredible. Like, you look, I mean, her makeup is all done. She looks like she's lost a little bit of weight. She looks happier. She's got that energy, right? A lot of people don't have that energy at the grocery store. And so she goes, Lindsay, what are you doing? And Lindsay says, I don't know. I'm on this capsule in the morning. I take these 2 capsules at night, and I feel better than I ever have. I'm down 5-6 pounds. It's awesome, right? So she's using the product. She's talking to her, and her friend says, well, like, how can I get some, or tell me more, I want to look into it. She says, oh, check out this Facebook group. She adds her, right? Later on that night, Lindsay gets a call from her friend, and her friend says, I'm ready to order. And and Lindsay is like, oh, well, let me call this lady that got me product. Maybe she can get you product too. So, because Lindsay has no idea that it's network marketing, right? So Lindsay calls Susie, and her husband picks up. And Susie died. Right, no one said? Okay, so Susie died, okay? So she was like, oh man, and her husband was like, can I help you? And she says, well, I was just, my friend wanted some product and I had ordered, and her husband says, well, just send your friend the link that you got to sign up because that's your referral code. She says, okay, great. So then Lindsay calls her friend and she says, hey, so this lady died, but here's my link, you can get some product and just check it out. And all of a sudden, Lindsay gets a check for $50, right? It's her first time she's seen this 50% retail model. She's like, whoa, this is crazy. So Lindsay starts referring it to a few more people. She starts getting $50 here, $50 there. She makes like $500. She got 10 customers, $500 over a course of 2 weeks. During those 2 weeks, her friend lost some pounds. She's at the grocery store. Her friends are saying, oh, girl, you look amazing. Where can I get that stuff that you're on? And she says, let me call Lindsay. So she calls Lindsay, hey, Lindsay, my friends want it too. What is this? What do I do? She's like, I don't know, girl. I'm just using this product, and I'm just talking to people about it, and then I'm adding them to this group, and people just want to buy. We're just using talking and demo. That's all we're doing. And by the way, here's a shirt you can use that says, energy, detox, sleep. That's all it is. And so over the course of now these women don't have any idea what they're doing. They're just excited about using a product and telling people their experiences and showing them testimonials, and that's all they're doing to grow a business. And over the course of the next 12 months, what happens is they hit diamond. And everyone's like, so they're at this convention, Dan Putnam brings on Lindsay and her friends, and they're like, hey, get on stage. Hey, tell everyone how you guys went diamond. And they're sitting there like, well, we don't have an upline. We were just honestly just using the product, like talking to people and sharing them some testimonials, and that's all we did. And we, hit diamond, and we got customers, and that's how they built an entire business, just using, talking, and demoing. Does that sound simple for everyone? Raise your hands. Okay, that sounds simple.
Yes.
That's honestly all that we do. And I'll tell you, when we got started, it was the same thing. It was just me reaching out to people, or Demetrius reaching out to people, saying, hey, listen, we've been on this product. I'm telling you, it's the easiest thing. A capsule in the morning, 2 capsules at night. I'm down 5 pounds. I feel good, man. I'm back at the gym. It may or may not be for you, but let me add you to this group if it's okay with you. And people were saying, yeah, add me. We were just adding them. They're looking at these testimonials, messaging us back saying, hey, we're ready to order. Hey, we want to purchase. And then he started seeing the money in the e-wallet, and I'm like, holy smokes, this is crazy. You guys see the success that we've all had, but it's like in the beginning, it was like a $50 commission was like, holy, that's life changing, right? And so that's all that you have to do is just use Talk Demo and use that 100% Epic customer group. That's honestly all you need to do. The number one reason why people don't move on to higher levels is because they're always stuck on the same 3 or 4 people that they've been talking to, trying to follow up with, and they're not going to join you guys. Like the 4 people that you're talking to over and over and over again, the same 4 people are going to continue to say no. What I learned to do in my life was just say, hey, I want people chasing me. I don't want to be chasing people, right? Who wants to be chased versus chasing other people, right? I wanted to have people chase me, so I realized that the number one way that I could have people chase me was if I was moving on without them, right? It's like a dog that's just sitting there barking at nothing because nothing's moving, but all of a sudden it starts barking because something's moving, right? I got bit by a dog in the butt one time. It was not a fun experience, and I'll tell you why that happened. It happened because I saw this dog, and I'm walking past it. It looked like a vicious dog, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get bit, And finally, when I passed the dog, and I was in my safe zone, I was like, I'm good. And bam, that thing just bit me. It hurt really bad, but it taught me, honestly, it taught me about energy, taught me about moving, it taught me about keeping in motion, right? So the faster you move on without other people, the faster they're going to come chasing you. And that's what started happening to us in the beginning, was just we're just reaching out to a lot of people, not the same 5, not the same 6 or 7, honestly just going to Facebook and seeing all my friends going through the A's, the B's, the C's, the C's, the D's, saying, hey man, I don't know if this is for you or not, we're really excited, check out this group. Hey, I don't know if this is for you, I'm really excited, check out this group. And we just kept moving and moving and moving and moving. And then as people were reaching out saying, oh my gosh, is that real? Like we just saw testimonials, that's awesome, we're ready to order. How do I order? Hey, here's the link, check it out. You can become a customer or a brand partner. You decide, it's up to you. And all of a sudden we started getting messages from people saying, hey, I just signed up. What do I do now? Hey, go add 30 people to the 100% Epic group and then go check out your e-wallet. This thing is crazy. And people started adding people to the group and they started checking their e-wallets and there was money. Like that's insane, right? And so we learned that that was the entire power behind our business model, was just an experience revolution. Someone could come into a page, see the experiences, and honestly, like that's what sold people. It's never about you. You guys will notice, right? Your friends will never listen to you, but they'll listen to a stranger, right? And that's the whole point of the 100% Epic group, is really adding them to that group so they can see testimonials. The last thing I'll say is this, okay? I've been a guy in my life that I've always been underestimated, all right? And I've always loved it that way because I always wanted to be like the most underestimated dude, and then bam, like I could prove to people what I was capable of, right? How many of you in this room, like for real, don't raise your hand if it's not true, but how many of you feel like you've been underestimated most of your life? Raise your hands. Okay? All right. I can tell you right now, I've learned my lesson to never underestimate people based on what I have personally done for my life, because I was that kid that was a troublemaker, you know, in my teen years. I was always the quietest kid in the room. I was always the one in the family that brought the lowest grades, and so I never felt that good about myself, right? When I was 13 years old, like lots of crazy stuff happened in my life. When I was 19 years old, I got my girlfriend pregnant, and then I dropped out of college, and my whole family was worried about me, rightfully so. And then to even shock them a little bit more, here's what I did. I got started in network marketing. And you know what I did was I called my parents and I was like, you guys will not believe it. Everyone needs to meet tonight at the house. I found out what I want to do for the rest of my life. And they're finally fired up. Like, finally there's some direction, you know? So I sit everyone down. This is like my first network marketing meeting, right? Just like family. Guys, listen. I found something that's just, we're all rich. We're all going to change our lives. I'm like, check this out. And I brought this magazine. It's like this network marketing magazine. And you just should have seen the look of like utter disappointment. Like, ugh, right? But you know what? I didn't come into this industry with an end date. I didn't come in this business saying, hey, if it doesn't work out after a year, after 2 years, then, you know, I'll go back to college. No, boom. I burned every single bridge in my life. And I said to myself, I don't care how long it takes. We're going to do this until it pops off. And it was so funny because a couple weeks ago, as we had that event in Utah, my younger brother goes up to the videographer who we've been friends with for a while, and he's like, man, if all I had to do was be in this business for 11 years and I'd become a millionaire, I would have dropped out of college too, you know? And so it's funny because there was this people underestimated me, not only outside of network marketing, but also inside of network marketing. A lot of people didn't believe in me, but I just kept at it. And my goal was to basically say, hey, if I can just get a little bit better every single year, right? I didn't even do it daily or weekly or monthly. It was just like, if I can just get a little better every year. And I saw a little bit of progress year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, right? And had I really quit last year, had I completely said, hey, I'm swearing off this industry, I'm completely done, I never want to hear from it again, I wouldn't be here today, right? It's the power of honesty, like not quitting. Do you guys realize the word perseverance? Like it's there in the dictionary for a reason. There is no way there's going to be any failures in this room as long as you just don't quit. And it's not about being here until October 24th. Oh, if October 24th comes and if I'm excited about it, then I'll do it. No, it's about saying, I don't care what happens in this company, good or bad. I don't care if there's negative stuff being said. I don't care about none of that. You know what I care about? I care about my vision board. And if I'm committing to the next 24 months to make sure every single goal on my vision board becomes a reality, it's time to tune out that noise. I can tell you right now, I'm proud to be a part of Be Epic. I'm proud to represent this company. I'm proud to represent the Putnam family. I'm proud of every single thing, the successes, the failures, the challenges, because that's what builds character. That's what's building character inside of this company. Who was here when shipping was crap? But you're still here. That builds character, because that teaches you what to do in the bad times. There's no way to get better if there's nothing good, or nothing bad that you're learning from, right? The failures, the challenges, right? It taught me new things. It taught me how to deal with people differently. You know, the challenges of like COVID hits, another, right? Like borders start to shut down. You know what I mean? Bad publicity for us from the owner, right? Like people were trying to target us, right? The whole industry's scared. I don't blame them. We got the best product, company, plan, owner, everything on planet Earth. And so what I would say is this, and this is what Earl Nightingale said when he interviewed a successful salesman. He said, man, you've been in the company for a while. Why is it that you've completely skyrocketed the last few months? And he said, because it wasn't me. It wasn't about me getting into a business. What changed for me was when the business got into me, right? I encourage you all to fall in love with every single part of this company, good or bad. I can tell you right now, like if you ask my wife, like you guys see me on social media, you guys think, man, he's so awesome. I'm probably the biggest pain in the butt for my wife. But you know what? She loves every single part of me, good and bad. Likewise, vice versa, right? There's no bad in her. She's just amazing all around. But fall in love with every single part of this business, from the ownership to the products, to the plan, to the challenges, to the failures, to the successes, because that's what's going to build your character over the next 24 months. So with that, I want to bring up Angel Rodriguez. So Angel, like, y'all know that every company has to have heart, right? But you can't just say, oh, hey, we're a company that has heart, right? Because like that's just words. But there's always like an individual that can bring heart to a specific like scenario every time, no matter what's going on. This guy always brings such good heart, and so I consider Angel the heart of Be Epic. So a lot of you all are probably just seeing him for the first time, but I'm telling you, he is working around the clock to also make this company better. He is my upline, he is my sponsor, and I'm proud to be in business with you, brother, and so you take it away.
Wow, thank you so much. I wasn't prepared to talk. But after Ricky, you know, guys, is honestly, I never